And we begin tonight with major breaking news. Just in the past few hours, former President Donald Trump was indicted for a second time this year. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Yolanda Harris.
And I'm Andrew Kinsey. The indictment is related to a federal investigation into his handling of sensitive government documents after he left the White House. Sources telling CBS News tonight that he is facing 7 counts, and CNN confirmed through Trump's attorney that one charge is under the Espionage Act, while other charges include obstruction of justice, destruction of or falsification of records, conspiracy, and false statements. Nicole D'Antonio from Washington, D.C. tonight.
Former President Donald Trump said Thursday he has been indicted over his handling of sensitive government documents. Sources tell CBS News that the multi-count indictment is connected to the allegedly unlawful retention of national defense information and obstruction of government efforts to retrieve them. Trump posted on social media Thursday that he has been ordered to appear at a federal courthouse next Tuesday and released a video discussing the matter.
It's a hoax. The whole thing is a hoax, just like Russia, just like the fake dossier was a hoax.
The former president has denied any wrongdoing in the case.
There's really not much legally that could potentially help him by saying this is going to happen. I mean, all of this is political. All of this is so that he can frame the narrative. We can hear it from him first, and his supporters will continue to be told this is a witch hunt. This is all the political weaponization of the Department of Justice.
In a statement, Trump said, quote, "I never thought it possible that such a thing could happen to a former president of the United States who received far more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country and is currently leading by far all candidates, both Democrat and Republican, in polls of the 2024 presidential election. I am an innocent man." Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
So what does this mean for the former president?
Well, to answer that question, we decided to talk to a legal expert. 10 TV's Carly Dion is here now with what they had to say. Carly?
Andrew and Yolanda, tonight I spoke with Ohio State University law professor emeritus Joshua Dressler. While there's still a lot to learn about these charges, what Dressler shared with me how he thinks the indictment against former President Trump compares to the first one.
This is a much more serious and much more, if you will, plausible a charge.
Joshua Dressler is a law professor emeritus at Ohio State University. While he believes the last indictment against former President Trump was weak, he says charges involving classified documents are much stronger.
It involves national security, and that's something that of broader significance.
But he believes there are some factors likely to work in Trump's favor, like the charges being filed in Florida, which would mean the trial would likely be held there.
He's more likely to find sympathetic jurors in his home state than perhaps if it had been held in Washington, D.C.
Which is why Dressler says, though he sees it as a strong case against the former president, he believes it will be very difficult for there to be a unanimous conviction against him. Dressler adds that he expects it to be a while before a trial would start.
Interestingly, it might be that the trial itself would not occur until after the election. And if he were to be elected president, we would have a president who's under indictment and a trial that would presumably be involved.
Trump previously pleaded not guilty to 34 felony accounts of falsifying business records, and that criminal trial is set to begin late next March. Carly Dion, 10 TV News.
Tonight, Ohio Republican Senator J.D. Vance reacted to the news on Twitter, calling the indictment a moral and constitutional joke, saying Attorney General Merrick Garland disgraced the country. Republican Congressman Jim Jordan tweeting that this is a sad day for America. Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown and Democratic Congresswoman Joyce Beatty have not commented at this time. We will continue to keep you updated on this breaking news story in the days ahead. Make sure you have that 10 TV News app downloaded so you never miss an update on this case.